Hi there, it's Pascal here, again coming to you from my home office in London. And in this video, we're going to be talking about love your neighbor as yourself. Now, this comes from the book of Mark 12:30 to 31. I'll read the book, I'll read the whole verse for you. Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your mind and with all your strength. 31. The second is love your neighbor as yourself. There is no commandment greater than this. If this is the first time that you're watching any of my videos, I normally share my tips and strategies that help me make money online. And everything I've come to understand is based on Bible principles. So if you're looking to start a business online, whether you're looking to do Shopify, Amazon FBA, affiliate marketing, whatever you're consulting, whatever you try to do, for you to make money online, you have to build your business based on this principle right here. There is no commandment greater than this. That's what it says. You have to first love yourself, love your God, yourself first, and then love your neighbor as yourself. Your business, build it on this foundation, you will succeed. Now, but to tell you this is more like what pastors normally do at church. So I'm gonna go a little bit dive into my experience, applying these principles and actually getting it to work. Because it's not complicated, you probably know it's true. Because I used to see myself in a church praying with so many people, and I never really got the lifestyle that I wanted until I started my online business, and I realized I was going to church, I was not really practicing the Bible. I was going to work, coming back, and I was having this nagging feeling I should do more. I kept procrastinating. I didn't know why I was getting all the bad things that was happening in my life, but I kept experiencing these things until one day I just pulled the trigger and said, you know what, I'm going to follow this path. I'm just going to change. Boom. I started my online business. Boom. I started understanding. I struggled to make money online. I literally struggled. I spent 4.5 months. During that 4.5 months, I nearly gave up. I was spending money and I felt that this thing is not for me. But I made a declaration to God in that moment. One morning, because a lot of people ask me, Pascal, how much time do I need to invest to start this business? I always tell them the truth. I always tell them my experience. If you're in a job and you don't have a lot of time, this is my strategy that I used to win. Maybe it will work for you. When you have 24 hours, that's basically the same thing for everybody. So you'll probably understand that. So it's not going to change. You're not going to get 25 hours. You're not going to get 20. It's going to be 24. So now you are in a bubble already, just like me. I wake up by 5:30 in the morning. I leave house by 6. Then I get to work 6:30. Excuse me. Then 12-hour shift, 6:30 to 6:30 in the evening. I'm working. I can't really do much in that time. Then I drive home in traffic. 8 o'clock. 7:30, 8, 2 hours, I arrive back home. So then I'm really exhausted. I put my head into bed maybe by 9, 10. I wake up the next day, boom, I'm ready to go to work the next day. So I did this. I was hoping and wishing that one magic will happen and my life, I will get some break. I just saw myself as a robot. And I'm not surprised most people have seen themselves in that situation. So that's where I started. So if you want to find more time in your life, start a business online, you have to understand how to break away from that routine. So what I did was I tried, if I come back in the evening, around 8, I'll work on my laptop. And then I had a blue laptop. I'm not sure what it is. This is my wife's one. This old one. I got on my desktop over there. So I work on it like 2 hours. Then I go to bed and I wake up the next day and I go to work. But I found out that the 2 hours I'm spending on the laptop I was literally tired. I just dozed off on top of it, and I wasn't efficient in how I was executing what I was supposed to execute. So I switched. Rather than staying up till 10 o'clock, as soon as I get home, I have my shower, I sleep. Then I wake up. I set the alarm to wake up by 3 o'clock, 3:30. So I did this for about that 4 months period. Then I made my first sale online. So that's how I don't know what your strategy is gonna be, but if you're hoping and wishing that the government is gonna change something or the law is gonna change without you taking action on yourself to create a change, you're probably going to get stuck, because a lot of people have been stuck in this routine. A lot of mothers don't spend time with their children. A lot of mothers, because I used to do 3 jobs. If I can give you experience of some mothers, because I used to work with a lot of them in the care home. They go to work, they leave the house very early, they drop their kids, they return, 12-hour shift. They return, boom, in the evening. They don't see their children. They hand their children to nursery or care, and they just go and be walking. What do you realize? Your child is growing, but they don't know you. You get into this nagging thing with this child and all that. So I'm not here to shade, but I'm telling you that you can change if you understand these laws. So the first law is to love yourself. So when I made that first sale, right, this is what happened. I started looking at what I did to make the sale. Remember, it was in the middle of the night. I wasn't speaking to anybody. I wasn't like talking to anybody else. Somebody in the United States. I was sleeping in London. Somebody in the United States paid for it. Paid for a service I provided online. So it blew me away. What did I do? What did I do to deserve this 20 quid? It was $20. It wasn't a lot of money. But that changed the game. I can make money while I'm not talking to anyone. I can make money while I'm sleeping. I can even scale it. Websites run 24 hours. I could be selling products, make more money when I'm sleeping than when I'm awake. It's powerful if you get it. But that was the breakthrough. So now, what I want you to understand is, for you to increase, I wanted to start increasing that money. This is where this law comes in. Love the Lord your God with all your heart. Who is God? In the training, during that period, it coached me to understand that God has deposited talents and abilities inside me. If you're a normal person, you'll be having a nagging feeling that you can earn more money. You could start a business. You could start your gospel channel, YouTube channel. You could start your blog. It's a spiritual side of you trying to express itself through the surface. It's going to come, it comes in as an idea through your mind. It comes to your conscious mind, comes into your body. It wants expression. That's the spiritual side. It's seeking to express. God is trying to do something, create something with you. So you need to understand how to harness that energy and hold on to it. Now, to harness that energy and hold on to it, to create that life, to make more money and all that, you got to understand this principle right here in front of us. Love the Lord your God with all your heart. You need to. So if you ask somebody now, an average Christian, where is God? He will point to the heaven. Because that's what we were told when we were kids. The truth is, going through this training, I understand every human being walking on the surface of earth is God. You may argue with that all day long, but that's my understanding right now. So I'm gonna dive deep to understand, to tie this as I go along with this. So as I understood how I made money online, I was trying to understand it. I basically did not really hone into it, but as I kept going, like Steve Jobs normally said, you can't connect the dots looking forward. You can only connect it looking backwards. So wherever you are now, you can't see the end. You can't see how you're going to make your first sale. Until you make that first sale, then you look back to understand what happened. Then how can you make more sales? So that's what I'm trying to get you to understand. So I looked back. I saw what happened to make that sale. I was not in the picture. It was a fluke. So for me to make that picture, I realized I used a video somebody shot. I used another blog somebody wrote. I used another text somebody wrote. So these people, what do they have that I don't have? Remember I said to you, Everybody in the surface of this planet is a God working. What do they have that I don't have? So for me to increase my sales, whatever industry you're in, for you to increase your sales, you need to understand that you have to put yourself out there somehow in your marketing, because you're going to learn how to sell something. So the first video I shot was on my phone, posted on YouTube, and people watched it. I said to myself, wow. And I got a thumbs up. It was on YouTube. I said, wow, 19 views are like 3 thumbs up. So people like me. That comment, I didn't understand it back then. I'm looking at this verse now. I did not like myself. I wasn't proud of myself, what I have in my life. I wasn't grateful for it. I just wasn't happy with myself. So I never expressed myself. So for you to change your life, you got to learn how to express yourself. You can't hide. Most people that are struggling in business, they want to hide, make money, then they show people the money. It doesn't work that way. You have to first come out up front and start building. Look at, you wouldn't have known me a year ago, 2 years ago, when I was in the trenches, but I was putting things out. Somehow now you've come across it. Because I'm looking to reach to more and more people. Now the second verse comes in. The second is love your neighbor as yourself. Help other people. I heard this from Zig Ziglar. If you want to have things you want to like in life, you have to help enough other people get what they want. If you're going to succeed in business, you have to build your business based on love for your customers, because your customer is your neighbor. That's what this verse is saying. Without love in you. Now, how can you start loving people like that? It's energy. You got to understand this part. We are constantly attracting to us the type of person we are. I read this book, The Stranger's Secret. It said, you will become what you think about. So it's not what you're going to become, what you think about tomorrow. You start thinking about positive things now. So no, it's not. You have to first understand how you got here. What have you been thinking that brought you to this situation, that you have gospel music inside your stomach, you have this business idea in your stomach, you're pregnant with all these ideas, but you're stuck with the pregnancy for years. Why? It's because you're failing on these 2 laws. 1, you don't know who you are. 2, you're trying to do things for your own selfish benefit. And that's where I struggled to overcome this selfish behavior of man. Because this is how man is. You're always thinking somebody wants your money. They're going to take my money, they're not going to give me training. Or they give me the training, somebody's not going to help me. So you're in defense mode. You're protecting what you want. When you protect, you're holding back. Remember what I said? You are a spiritual being living in a physical body. Spirits don't protect. They are always seeking for expansion and expression of who they truly are. So the moment you start let go, this is a breakthrough for me. I had a very strong association with money. I don't want to lose money. If I invest this money, I want to know how it's going to come back. You see, that kept me stuck for a couple of years. I had to go through a training to break away my spiritual side from money, so I can allow my spirit to express itself. In return, I will receive the reward monetarily. But I have to first allow my spirit to soar. You have to first allow your spirit to sing the song. You have to first allow your spirit to launch your business. You have to trust the Lord your God to allow itself to express himself through you. You have to detach all this association you have with material stuff. And when you start expressing your spiritual side, that comes through vision. Solomon said, where there is no vision, my people will perish. the Spirit will allow you put ideas into your mind, the type of business that you sing, the type you launch, the type of product you sell. You got to trust. Love. If you don't love yourself, you can't trust yourself. When you trust yourself in that state, then you understand how to walk in faith, because that's the only way you are going to allow the Spirit to continue to bless you. Because it is impossible to please God without faith. If I look that up now, that will be it's Hebrew 11:6. And without faith, it is impossible to please God. But anyone who comes to him must believe. What did Jesus Christ say in Matthew 8:13? As you believe, so shall it be done unto you. All these things are double-edged sword. What do you believe is that you're going to work for somebody for the rest of your life. That's the only way you're going to make money. You're never going to start a business if that's your belief. You have to understand how to change belief. So let's go back to basics. Love your neighbor as yourself. So what I want you to do today is, from today, there's a book that I read, Stranger Secrets, El Nightingale. It said, there are some people you see in life, anything they touch, it turns to gold. Any business they go into, it prospers. I want that same thing for you, because it's happening to me. But you got to do this thing. It's very simple. It's not complicated. Over the next 30 days, I want you to challenge yourself to only allow yourself to say positive things. By any meaning, I want you to start confessing the things that you want. This is not, I'm not here to preach Bible to you, but I just want you to understand it works. But you have to understand how to apply it. If you're going to start a business online, keep saying it. I'm so happy and grateful now that I have a business online that is allowing me to spend more time with my children, and I'm not worried financially. I earn some amount of money. I earn $3,000, $5,000 a month without worrying about where my bills are coming from. You just keep saying it. Now, this is how you apply it. Faith comes by hearing and hearing. You have to keep saying this over and over for a 30-day period. Now, you will begin to get ideas. You have to trust God, the Spirit. You will start to see things about online business, the type of business. With your own due diligence, this is my take, as I'm going to share my experience with you here. Look for things that will help you achieve the goal that you want. Let me give you an example of what I mean. If you're in a job that is taking away your time, so you need more time to look for businesses that are mainly automated, which is exactly what I do. There'll be links around this video if you want to get involved with it. But look for business that is mainly automated. You're not spending a whole lot of time doing it, but it's working. You're selling 24/7. It takes a little while to set all these things up, but if that's your goal, to get your time back so that you don't worry, stress, that's the business that's going to help you achieve that. Now you have to understand, you trust, because as you begin to think these things, only affirm positive thought. You got to follow through. Faith without action is dead. You can dream all these things. If there is no action behind it, remember what I said. You need to detach your feelings with money, your associations with. I struggle with this. You got to learn how to do it, to allow that Spirit to guide you to the life, because it will be giving you ideas, the strategies, and the books or the product to sell. You have to trust, because it's leading you to that life that you really want. So the last bit is action. You have to take massive action. Read positive messages every day. Say positive things. Write positive things. Everything is towards the business. Towards the business. You do this over and over and over again. I can tell you now, you see that magic? And you see most people say, hi, business is prosperous. You just found it. 30 days from today, you will blow yourself away. with what you've created. You know, there's another secret. You need to go another 30 days and another 30 days until it becomes a habit. People will look at you and say, something, what happened? Just tell them, it's the Lord that is creating himself through me. Because you will find some magnificent, you will meet amazing people in this journey. It's exciting. It's exciting. You will love it. Trust me. I'm experiencing bliss, prosperity. I know there's pandemic. I know there's all these things going on, but I'm conscious of it. But you will become what you think about. If you keep watching most of the things on TV, they will put the fear that comes with all those things into your mind. You have to guide your mind. Listen to, I'll give it, Les Brown is not over until I win. I always listen to it every day. Just keep planting what I want in my head. Remember, plant the seed. You invest the $1, $2 today. A year from now, you'll be reaping thousands. But you gotta first plant the seed. And I'm giving you the seeds here that you need to be planting in your mind. It's not, say, if you want to use the same training that I use, it's $100 to get started. The $100 is the easiest bit to do. You swipe your card, film, you pay the money. It's what you do after that. That's what I'm sharing with you. Good. Be going through the training and be thinking positively towards the life that you want. See, people will be in recession. You will be in expansion. Spirits are always seeking for expansion and expression. God is always creating, and this is the best time, because there has been like a collapse in the world. Now it's time. There's a lot of people are going to build. This is my tip, my final tip. El Nightingale said, you can either be an action taker or you can be an excuse maker. There's always two groups. One is the mass, 95%. And there's another group, 5%. So the day you don't do what the masses are doing anymore, and you join this 5% and keep building, because this 5% controls this 95. The day you put yourself in this group, you will never make another mistake for the rest of your life. And it's so true. Remember, El Nightingale was in the group 95 and he moved over to this side. So there's a way to go over to this side. And if you watch this video again, you begin to understand it. It's part of the process. I really, really love it. That's why I'm sharing it to you. So here's the take for today. Based on these principles, love your neighbor as yourself. That means love your neighbor as yourself. Then love the Lord your God with all your mind, strength, love. That means love yourself. That idea that you have, trust it. Then use that idea and do good in the world. What you release will eventually come back to you. Give us never lack, but you have to give first. I wish you and your family all the best. Happy Sunday. Take care. Bye-bye.